Oh, whoa. Welcome to Footy Brews. Catch, Romain.
Oh, yeah. Oh, welcome back. We're expecting this one. Where are you? We're adapting. Welcome back to the Footy Brews. What do we have today, Sasha?
All right, for Footy Brews, so the big day, the champions, my favorite. So we're gonna do our favorite games. The world, all eyes on the best team. So we're gonna go for the Champions League second leg. So I guess right into it, we'll go into the big game, PSG Bayern for tomorrow, Tuesday.
Huge game.
Looking over at the past games, I got it right. So I guess we'll just go straight into predictions. Well, I think my overall opinion for PSG Bayern, I think PSG Bayern's gonna go 1-1, and aggregate PSG goes through. What are your thoughts?
I think Bayern is going to pull through. I think they rested enough players this weekend. Yes, they might not have gotten the result they wanted, but I think they have enough quality in their team to really bring it back to PSG. PSG is going to have a big game, and they had a big game this weekend. MBAPPE played the whole game, right, as you mentioned earlier. So it's going to be tough for them. I think Bayern's going to pull through. So what is it right now? It's 3-2 for PSG. That was at Le Parc de France, right?
Nope, that was actually
that was at Alliance Arena.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay, so that means.
That's what I'm saying.
right. On away goals, that's tough. They'll have to win by 2. I don't think it's impossible. I think PSG has been known to have a hard time closing things out sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
They haven't won the Champions League yet, so this will be the true testing moment. I hope they do it, to be honest. I really am hoping for them, but I'm afraid that Bayern Munich is just gonna take out the machine and just go to town. So I'm giving a 3-1 win to Bayern Munich, and it's gonna be 5-4 on aggregate.
Okay, so yeah, I guess a lot of takeaways are looking at the team. I looked at the teams coming into the second leg. So Bayern 1-1 and 4-1 PSG over the weekend. So a lot of people were asking for Chito. I know they were saying, why didn't you rest Kylian? Kylian apparently got this, I believe he got that elite mentality from Ronaldo, my opinion, but he said to Push, he's like, for me to be ready for one of those games is that I got to play every game. And he scores 2 goals. The big takeaway for that game for me is Paredes back into the squad. Does he make it back into the starting 11 tomorrow? He was yellow carded, so he wasn't able to play the first leg. Paredes comes in, goal and an assist, beautiful free kick. You guys want to watch a nice goal against Strasbourg. He scored a beautiful free kick. Verratti is back into the squad. I don't know if he makes the starting 11, but Verratti's fit. Big takeaways, though, for PSG, in my opinion, is Keylor Navas came off injured. So that's a big takeaway for me. Marquinhos not going to be able to make it for the second leg. So a lot of takeaways that are going to be very different games. You know, 2 good pieces coming into PSG, but also Marquinhos gone. So Danilo, I think, is going to fill in the center back. And then is Navas going to be ready for the game tomorrow? I've looked into it. I don't know if he's going to be ready for the game. He's going to be match fit, but
even if he plays, he might not be 100%, and they really need him. And as we saw in the first leg, right? How many chances did Bayern have? Like 25, 28, like some crazy.
34 shots on net. Yeah, that's crazy.
Insane, right? So they clearly need Navas, and no Marquinhos means, you know, not as organized as a defense. It's going to be tough for them. They're going to have to really hold on. And if they held on like how they did against Barcelona, with this Bayern Munich team, I don't think it's going to be enough.
You know what? I do see your point of view. Like, it's really hard. I'm just going with what I think Pochettino is going to, he knows how to defend. He's going to come into the mindset of having a strong defense line. And he's going to be practicing and working on making sure they go on that counterattack. Ney fresh for the game. Had a nice week off because you had red carded for Liga.
Yeah, not bad.
Di Maria, nice and fresh too. But, you know, Bayern also rested 3 or 4 players. But then they also had to come back and bring them back on for the second half of that 1-1 because they almost were about to lose. So I think what Hans Flick's going to do this time, Davis starting 100%. I don't think he's going to risk that. So big
no
big
chance.
takeaway.
They're gonna go right off the bat. But you know what? You were right the first leg, so we'll have to see what happens tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So those are our predictions. You guys think what you tell us what you think. But yeah, so that's PSG Bayern. Let's hope it's going to be, no matter what, going to be probably one of the best games again. Hope something to prove. No Lewandowski again. So you know what?
Definitely going to be an exciting one.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Chelsea Porto. Chelsea doing amazingly during the weekend. Do you want to tell us about that?
So watching that game, wow. You know, Mason Mount, this England squad, like we said, you know, Mason Mount played unbelievable. Pulisic's unbelievable. They just look like a threat going forward. And you know who was?
Don't forget Kai Havertz.
I was about to touch that. Kai Havertz played unbelievable. His one goal was actually nasty, and like, you know, he could have had 2 or 3. In my opinion, he could have.
Oh, absolutely.
Like looking at that game, they created, the thing with them is they created so much chances. The depth on that squad is crazy. They rested Conte, rested a couple of the players that they were gonna play for the game. So, and then they just walked all across the Palace. You know, 4-1, just demolished them, bro. Like watching them play, Tuchel's done wonders. They look so threatening on the ball. Every single time they go forward, they're creating chances. They're playing like a German machine. Like Tuchel's got they play very like, to me, how they moved it was like a very like a Bayern style, very attacking mindset. And like, wow, do they know how to play soccer?
Oh yeah. And Kai Havertz with his new, like, he just found his form, or I don't know why he was just not having it. Maybe it took time for him to adapt into the PL.
Yeah.
But those first 30 minutes, incredible. The way he would, man, that touch, like Dennis Bergkamp, like over the top, like it was crazy, man. Like, and he almost scored it too. Oh my, that would have been one for the Puskas for sure.
For sure.
And then just Chelsea as a whole, like they came into the Champions League as one of the weaker sides, in my opinion, to be honest. And now they seem like probably one of the contenders. Like they're up there. They're definitely up there. So Porto's gonna have a very hard time. Speaking of Porto, how do you think they did this weekend?
So I watched Porto. They got a nice clean 2-0 lead. Nothing really threatening, in my opinion. The Portuguese league is very got some weak points to it. Obviously, the team they faced wasn't a top contender team, but a big takeaway. I think what is a huge takeaway for Porto going, they can feel a little bit of confidence is that Terami back in the squad. He'll be playing for, I think he'll be playing, I'm pretty sure he's going to start for the game tomorrow. One of their top scorers, 10 goals, 6 assists in the Portuguese league, and Sergio Oliveira back into the squad. So obviously, for those who watched the Juve game, you know that free kick he scored. You know he's a national Portuguese player. So having that back into their team, so you know what, they got some confidence a little bit. And you know what, if they played the same way they played the first leg, they can like leave with the heads up in the sense that they just got to finish their chances. If they're going to win this game, they need to go all out attack. They need 2 goals. They need to. No goals.
They need that fire. They need that fire they had against Juventus.
Exactly. They need that power.
With Oliveira, they might have the maestro back in the middle. Hopefully Corona shows up to actually have a good game. They do have the pieces, we shouldn't count them out. It's just tough when you look at how solid Chelsea's looking right now. They're hitting peak form, so it's gonna need another miracle for Porto, but don't count them out.
Don't count them out, no, for sure. They're like the underdogs. They're the Champions League always seems to have that one-off. Last year was
every year, that's true.
They always have those one-offs, and that's what's so cool. And everyone wants to get behind Porto, and you know what? I do support Porto in the Portuguese league, so you know what? Nothing's impossible, especially in the Champions. I mean, I watched Juve Porto. Who would have thought that game ended that way? So Porto definitely has something to fight for. No pressure on them. And once again, all eyes on Chelsea. Everyone's expecting Chelsea to just dominate. So you know what? Porto can go in there playing the style that they've been playing throughout the whole year. Having a couple of their players back in the squad hopefully gives them confidence. Pepe in the back being solid as ever. So you know what? It comes down to it's got to be a perfect night for them. in my opinion. It's got to be perfect
So
night.
what are
No
your
mistakes.
predictions? Final score and who's going through?
Final score, I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that Porto is going to start off strong. They're going to come off trying to press, get the ball, get a quick goal first half, because that's what I would do if I was the manager. You need a quick goal by the first half, or while second half you're all out attack, right?
Yeah.
So I think what will happen is Porto's going to push really high up. They're not going to be able to handle the pace of Mount or the Pulisics or the Warners and
the
counterattack goal, and that's going to be, in my opinion, 2-1 Chelsea, just because Porto's going to have to press so much. So that's I want, my gut is saying that it's going to be Chelsea. I hope Porto goes through, but if I had to if I was a betting man, I would bet on Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm also betting on Chelsea. I think it's going to be a bit more of a conservative game. Chelsea does typically have these games where they do struggle to score a little bit. So I'm going to guess a 1-1 game. Pepe is still not going to try to concede, right? So he might concede one due to the fact that, Chelsea's playing unbelievable right now. Yep. But I do think Tuchel is going to play smart and try to just hold on to the lead and just try to beat them on the counterattacks, right? Porto's going to have something to prove. They're going to really have to show up because, Chelsea's going to be ready. So I'm going to guess a 1-1 tie and Chelsea's going to go through on aggregate. So those are my predictions.
All right. So I guess that ends up for Porto or Chelsea. We'll see what happens. And then Real Madrid and Dortmund and Man City. So I guess we'll start off Liverpool, Madrid. What do you think?
Oh, what a game this one's going to be, I mean, I'm sad to say it, but Real Madrid's a little bit on fire right now. They just seem to show up big game after big game and just show up stronger. And I really don't see Liverpool, fixing all their issues and coming to Real Madrid and winning that game. I know it's going to be technically at it's not in England, is it?
So it's at Anfield, yeah.
It's at Anfield? Okay, because I know they had that Brexit thing, but it's only the away games that are at third-party locations, right?
Exactly. So I think it should be good, because I know Klopp literally said that it's a different game in Anfield, but who knows if Liverpool...
Yeah, but Anfield, no fans? Is that really Anfield? It's it doesn't have that extra power.
No, not even that. Liverpool has been awful at home. Good
point. They lost 5 out of their last 5 home games.
So they just won their first home game against this weekend. So I think against Aston Villa, they just won for the first time. So
that's right.
So honestly, I don't even know what's going to happen with Liverpool. They you know what? They had something to prove on the weekend, and one player to me that came out needing to show what he's worth still. Trent Alexander-Arnold scored a banger in the 90th
last-minute goal, eh?
What a goal! And that was a really good game, and you can tell Liverpool's drive at the end. I was like, that's the Liverpool I know, the one that just doesn't stop fighting. So it's just going all over and over and producing. And I mean, if I'm Klopp, Klopp knows what to do. He's been in this situation multiple times. I mean, 4-0 Barca. 3-0 Barca remontada that day for them. But Klopp
different circumstances. Different team, different circumstances. Do you really see the remontada happening against Real Madrid? Personally, I do not. Real Madrid
personally, the way Madrid's playing and Zizou being Zizou and being the king of the Champions League for coach-wise, I say Liverpool, no, they don't have enough what it takes, because it's not like they've been that Liverpool that we all know of. They almost down beating streak last year. It's just they just are missing something about them.
Shaky. Yeah, I agree. And their front three is not connecting how it used to. They just seem to be having problems all over the park. I feel for Klopp. I feel for the Liverpool fans right now. But every team has their bad years, and hopefully next year with less injuries, they could just bounce back.
Yeah.
But I'm giving this one to Real Madrid.
I'm gonna give it to Real Madrid too. I think it's gonna be a 2-1. I think 2-1 in my personal aggregate. Real Madrid will go through, but I'm saying 2-1. Liverpool wins it on the night, but I think.
Funny how you jump onto my side for this prediction, eh? I called Real Madrid from the start. Okay, I see how it is now.
The only reason I'm changing is because after that El Clasico performance and against Liverpool, these guys are on a hot streak. You know, Zidane's got them on a system that is just Kroos, Modric once again. I think this time, I think what Klopp will do is he'll start Thiago. He has to control that midfield. He's not going to make the same mistake. He's going to control that midfield because Kroos, Modric destroyed the center last time.
But what are you doing about the Alexander-Arnold situation? He can't defend. He can't defend right now. As good as he is going forwards, I don't think he can defend. So do you think Klopp would even consider moving him into the midfield and switching him with another defender? Not that I think they have many defenders right now, but. Is that even a thought?
I think back line stays the same. I think center mid changes, and I think if Klopp is going to do something like he did on the weekend when he brought not this weekend, it was the weekend before when he had Jota, Firmino, Mane, and Sané. I mean Salah all on the same team.
The front four essentially, but a little, two up front and then two more on the wings.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility for me because he might even play. I think he might even play Bobby right behind Jota up front and play Salah and then play kind of Bobby as almost a CAM kind of false nine behind Jota. I don't know, but I think he's gonna have to go.
It's gonna be an all-out attack. I think you're right.
And that's the thing, right? Klopp is very good at attacking, and he used to be very good defending once he had these strong back line. So it comes down to. They need a perfect night too, like Porto. They're gonna have to come in needing those 2 goals, being clinical with their goals. Because last time they didn't, in my opinion, they didn't create enough. They weren't.
They didn't create at all.
They didn't create at all. You're right, and that's what they got one lucky kind of like a goal where it kind of just bounced off a couple players.
Bounced everywhere, hit the ground, fell into Salah's feet. Somehow fell onto his left foot. Hit the bar, like, oh my gosh, so lucky. But at least they got a salvation goal, so it gives them a slight chance. But who do you think has more of a chance? Porto going through over Chelsea, or do you think Liverpool over Real Madrid?
Oh, Liverpool for sure. Liverpool.
Liverpool. They have more of a chance than Porto. Okay. We can't count out that down in the team.
We can't count out Liverpool. Liverpool's still Liverpool. We're looking at 2 past winners in the last 5 years. A 2-time finalists, and don't count them out. A lot of people are counting them out, I think, and I mean, why? I understand why, but Liverpool has honestly, they got not that much pressure. I'd say Real Madrid's got the pressure because they're coming off a hot streak. They have the lead.
It's their win to lose, right? It's their game to lose. Like exactly. They have it won, so no, you're absolutely right.
So that's why I don't honestly. I'm not counting Liverpool out because I've counted them out before, and then they've just proved me wrong multiple times. So
it's okay. Let's not bring that back up. Moving on to the last game, HAALAND versus Man City. What do you think?
So a lot of people are thinking. I think a lot of Dortmund fans are smiling at the fact they lost the leads. But the big thing you want to take away from Man City's performance on the weekend is dominated with over 6 different players have been changed in that team. So if I'm Dortmund, I'm actually more afraid knowing the fact that they dominated leads with
that is crazy.
With 6 different players on the team. Like, come on, like unbelievable. Pep is he's got a system, right? And he's got a system for his B team and his A team. They play very similar styles, and they're interchangeable. That's what's unbelievable. They're very interchangeable. And if in my opinion, Man City is going to come in, and if you guys watched Dortmund this weekend, I mean, you wouldn't be a very happy fan because they look vulnerable on the back. A lot of times, Stuttgart actually could have had a couple good chances, and so Dortmund, in my opinion, got lucky with the win. But
they did win. We also did not see a HAALAND goal.
Exactly.
He's on a drought by his standards, 3 games drought. I agree with you. Dortmund does not look like the unit they should be. With the quality players they have, you'd expect a lot more from them. And they do look vulnerable, and I think escaping a 2-1 loss to Man City last week was a success for Dortmund because it could have been a lot worse. And I expect Man City to really perform. I know they've struggled in the Champions League, but I think this year could really be their year, and they have everything going for them right now. So hopefully we don't have a poor referee kind of ruin the game for us again this time.
Yep.
But without any nonsense like that, I'm giving Man City an easy win here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a 3-1 win. I'd say Dortmund gets one back, but if I'm looking at it as a neutral fan, Man City's dominating in possession, gonna dominate in chances. Mm-hmm. Dortmund's gonna play kind of a very similar style, in my opinion, trying to get it to Haaland, connect the wingers, bring up the play. I think that's what they're gonna try and do.
Have another good game. But, but no, I agree. And if City's defense is solid this time, it's gonna be super tough.
No, that's exactly it, right? It's City's defense is usually the problem. City's defense is Ruben Diaz was just not the only one playing on the weekends. He's got a nice little rest in him. So you know what? I think, clinical game for Man City. They're going to just comfortable win for sure. So I'm going to give 3-1. You give, what do you think you said?
Maybe even 2-0, to be honest. I think Dortmund's just going to have trouble just getting off the ground running. Just I don't really see it right now. I want Haaland to do well. But yeah, no, Man City just seems way too strong right now. So overall, I think we agree with Man City. Over the course of this leg, I think we're agreeing on Chelsea, Man City, and Real Madrid. I think the only point of contention is Bayern, PSG. So really excited to see that game tomorrow. Any closing thoughts?
No closing thoughts. I think if I was a Dortmund fan, I just wish Sancho was back. But poor Sancho. Poor Dortmund fans having one of their star players. But no, I think that rounds that up for all the games, and I think we'll see. Champions League, anything can happen. So
stay tuned. We'll do another recap after this week's games. Expect a video Thursday or Friday, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right, cheers. Footy Brews out.
Footy Brews out.